How do you convince a cult member that they're in a cult? Are the American male egos so fragile that they can't take the fact that a woman is gonna run the country? They're gonna look at you face value, be like, you're brown, you gotta go. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back for those of you that are subscribed. It's been a while since I uploaded a full-length video. I upload the shorts and stuff, but anyway. Before I start this video, I just wanted to say I don't normally make this type of content, talking heads type of content, especially talking politics type of content. Yeah, I normally make coffee videos and travel vlogs and things like that, but I just wanted to get on here to, I guess, voice my opinions and thoughts, or try to do all that on last night's election results. Like many of you out there that are watching this, or that are probably watching this, I was hoping for a different outcome compared to what actually happened, but you know, here we are. Trump has once again won the presidency, and I can't say that I'm surprised. I'm shocked. I'm in shock, but not surprised that he won. I think that the moment he got convicted but wasn't thrown in prison, I knew that he was gonna be able to run again. Maybe that's just the cynic in me, or maybe I'm just always negative. If this conviction wasn't gonna stop him or keep him from running for office, I honestly have no idea what will. You know how when you're like putting so much faith into the right thing to happen, but then it ends up just disappointing you over and over again? That's kind of how I felt about the whole US, not the US government, but yeah, essentially the US government. You're hoping that they would like do the right thing and just stop this guy. I don't know, do something to prevent him from running again, but like it almost feels like nobody wanted to do anything and just waited till the last minute. Regardless, it just makes no sense to me, like how somebody was convicted of so many things was able to run for office and win. It is mind-boggling. And I don't know if it's because I've been in a bubble this whole time, but it just feels like the general consensus is that everybody's just not having a good time. And honestly, I don't blame them for it. Like, it is very depressing feeling, to put it mildly. Like, just knowing what's coming. Like, I literally spent all morning just looking through social media, mainly on Threads, just to see how everybody's feeling. For the most part, everybody's feeling the same thing, unless I guess you're like a Trump supporter or whatever. But like, for the most part, I think everyone was just like, I can't believe this is happening. Yeah, I wanted to get on here and talk about it really quickly, just to give my 2 cents. Not that anybody really cares who I am and what my take is, but I had to kind of like voice my thoughts somehow. It almost feels like I was kind of like an echo chamber. I was in an echo chamber, and I kind of want to get out from that, just because I know there's other conflicting thoughts out there. And not saying that I want more Trump supporters in my life. Like, I don't want any of that. Like, I'm good. I'm good with the amount that I have, which is practically zero. I don't know. Like, I have no idea on what I want this video to be. I just kind of wanted to just get on here and talk. Like, I mean, essentially what happened last night and the results was just pretty much 2016 happening all over again. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Kamala is a woman, which I honestly don't understand why that would be a problem. Are the American male egos so fragile that they can't take the the fact that a woman is gonna run the country. Like, is this alternative choice gonna be a lot better? I mean, based on his track record from 2016 and what happened during the pandemic, it was just like, clearly it's not. This guy is selfish, and everything that he's doing or he's about to do is not in benefit of anybody but himself. And I just don't understand like how people can vote for him, like how minority people can vote for him, which is even more mind-boggling to me. Like, granted, I'm not in their shoes. I don't understand where they're coming from and what the thought process behind all that was, but for a minority, specifically the Hispanic community, to vote for this guy who wants to deport people of their race and ethnicity, like, you're cool with that? That doesn't make sense. Like, how can you be okay? Like, what if they deport somebody that's like a family member of yours? Because I feel like that's what's coming based on what I've been hearing and seeing about Project 2025 and what he's been saying in all of his speeches at his rallies. What do you think's gonna happen? He's gonna be like, oh, you know, you got a passport, you're good. I don't think the people that are gonna be in charge of these things are gonna look at your papers and treat you differently. They're gonna look at you face value, be like, you're brown, you gotta go. That's just how it is, and that's how he operates. And I feel like everybody surrounding him is literally thinking that exact same thing. So again, my question is, why? What is it that he says in his speeches sounds so appealing to you? I get that you may or may not be in a place in your life where things are going well or they aren't what you expect it to be, but that's not giving you the permission to treat other people any worse. It doesn't give you the right to just be like, yeah, I want them out because they're the reason I'm in my situation. You gotta look inwards when things are happening to you rather than blaming other people for the things that are happening to you. I can guarantee you Trump does not care what's happening to you. He only wanted your vote because he wants to get back into power so he can do some crazy ass shit. I honestly have no idea how the next 4 years are gonna be, because I think during the time when he was in office, it felt like part of my memory was blacked out during those times because, one, the pandemic happened. So it felt like I didn't really get to interact with a lot of people during like 2 years of that, which was kind of nice because then it kind of made it go by quickly. But now I feel like there's not any global pandemic happening anytime soon. Hopefully not. We're all gonna have to like face each other at work or in the streets, and it's just gonna be chaos. But that's probably the worst case scenario. Hopefully it doesn't turn out that way. Like, hopefully there's not gonna be a civil war or anything like that. But you never know. These things are feeling like they're gonna be inevitable. So who knows? I think a lot of these people that are in support of him, if you watch The Daily Show and whenever they go to these rallies and they interview these people, it definitely does not, they don't have a proven track record of being very well educated. But you know, that's not to say that these people can't be nice and they can't be treated equally as everyone else. Like, I know what it feels like to be treated as other, because look at my skin. Like, I'm Asian. During the pandemic, when there was that whole thing about how fucking Trump was calling the COVID-19 the China virus and all that racist shit. Before he was in office, I definitely felt the fear of being attacked for being Asian. And like, yeah, I've had people call me racial slurs like chinks and telling me to go back home to my own country and all this other stuff. But like, It wasn't until after he became the president that I was more afraid, just because it almost felt like this gave people free reign to act even more crazy. So like, yeah, I was definitely looking over my shoulder a lot more. But like I said, that was not okay. And so I don't want to treat somebody else the same way that maybe they would treat somebody like me. Part of me really wants to hate and be angry at all the MAGA supporters, but like I can't really. Like, yeah, I am a little bit pissed about it. I can't really think about hating somebody I don't even know, if that makes sense. I don't know if there's a lot of anime fans out there. No, actually, there are a lot of anime fans out there. But in Vinland Saga, when Torfinn was like talking about how he doesn't have any enemies, I personally, myself, don't have any enemies. Like, I don't view the MAGA people as my enemy because one, they haven't done anything directly to me. But with that being said, they did fuck around and kind of like put the guy that will, I guess, indirectly fuck with my life by running the country. So yeah, but you know what? Like, I can't really blame them for that too much because, like I said earlier, if you watch The Daily Show, it does prove that a lot of them are very uneducated. Like, I don't want to treat them differently because I feel like half the country already is. And I've had a conversation with a Trump supporter. Before that, I didn't know that he was or not. And he seemed like a really cool dude. We were having a good conversation. He seemed really nice and very cool. But then when he told me that he was a Trump supporter, like, I could feel instantly internally that I was kind of triggered by that. And like my brain automatically went into like, oh man, this guy's an idiot. But like I tried to fight that instinct within myself just so I can hear him out and have this conversation with him. And just to kind of see where he's coming from. When he was telling me what he thought was actually happening versus what was really happening, I was like, damn, this guy really believes this? Like, he told me that he thinks that Trump was responsible for all the good things that was happening within the job market and like how the employment was like booming right now. That was clearly not the case. It was only like that because Obama. This was just residual things that was happening from the Obama administration, and with just that small interaction, it just proved to me that yeah, they don't really understand what's really happening. They just kind of see somebody who is saying some things that are resonating with how they feel, and it kind of like makes them feel seen and heard. And that's probably mainly the reason why they support him. And honestly, I feel like that's probably the main reason why a lot of the minorities people support him, even though he doesn't really support them. It's kind of hard to bash somebody else for not really knowing. And obviously, you know, they're all in a cult. So how do you convince a cult member that they're in a cult? It's kind of hard, right? You kind of have to incept them and make them think that they're in a cult, even though we all clearly know that they're in a cult. I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be because I'm just voicing my opinion about the election results. I would like to say that I'm hopeful, but it's kind of hard to be hopeful after seeing and hearing what's coming. So I guess the only thing I'm hopeful for is that it's not as severe, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. Honestly, I kind of just want this next 4 years to just go by really quickly, just so that we're done with this. But who knows what's gonna happen in the next 4 years? Like, who knows if we'll even have an election again? This might become a dictatorship. I hope to whoever is out there. I'm Buddhist, but I hope to whoever's out there, it does not go down that way.